What's up, guys? Jackie Gat here, trying to help everyone out because this week's Ascendant challenge is a fucking bitch. Exciting and interesting. Yeah. Anyways, so this week it's in the Chamber of Starlight. If you don't know where that is, it's the Lost Sector that's over here, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce whatever the fuck that is. It's that one where when you come through the path right here and you follow along the right hand side, you drop down to the little ravine, and it's right there at the end of the ravine. Not the one that's up on the cliff, but the one that's down below it. You come into it, and it's called the Chamber of Starlight. That's how you know you're in the right area. You'll also see a little comment down the corner about how the rift between worlds weakens. Um, I already cleared the Lost Sector out, because if you clear the Lost Sector out first, it'll let you keep respawning in here without enemies, rather than, constantly getting spawned back outside the Lost Sector and then having to run through all the enemies again. Um, because I already cleared out all the enemies, though, I still want to show you guys a trick. And that if you don't feel like fighting everything, if you jump on this rock, you can jump on top of this lamp and then up onto the balcony. And that'll let you skip a lot of the enemies and then run straight into the main boss room here. But yeah, like I said, I cleared this out just to make it easier for me so I could respawn in here. If you really don't want to fight everything and you're just trying to run straight through the Ascendant Challenge because you think you'll get it done the first time, by all means, that trick will work for you. So the Ascendant Challenge spawns will be right up there, which if there were still enemies here, there'd be 2 taken hobgoblins up there. Just a heads up. So give me a second here. Real quick, just want to cover for everybody. Loadout tips for this. I put on Stompies specifically because at the end of this, there's a couple of jumps that, like I bitch about every week, as you guys already know, kind of difficult for the Hunter, but for Warlocks and Titans, they have no problem. So those are literally just for me because I'm playing a Hunter, struggling to get the jumps at the end of this. I also highly recommend either a Pulse or a Scout Rifle for your primary, or alternatively, bring a rocket launcher. And you'll see why once I'm in there. But basically, there's one point where you have 2 taken hobgoblins and a shrieker, and the auto rifle doesn't do shit at long range, trying to take out all 3 of them in the very short amount of time you have. So that's why I recommend those 3 weapons. Once we get in here, it's literally getting to be a mad dash. I'm going to be trying to cover as much stuff as possible, as quickly as possible. But yeah, it's a rough one this week. I highly recommend grabbing a friend before attempting it. And I will also openly admit that I have not completed it yet. And the main reason why is because my X button keeps sticking on this controller and forcing me to double jump when I don't want to double jump right during the last jumping puzzle. And if it does that to me again, I will tell you what happens when you get past the jumping puzzle, because I already know what happens because I've gotten to that point and then fell off. But literally, that's what keeps happening to me. So I have literally the rest of it already mentally mapped out. I just need to pop a tin cure so we can get the portal to spawn here. There it is. Use. Huzzah. Alright. First and most annoying part about this, every time you jump in the portal, you're facing the wrong direction. You're going to immediately want to spin around and start booking it, because it's going to spawn 3 of those big old knights with the axes, and they're going to start following you. I know, all sorts of fun. We're already making friends. The thralls aren't really worth your time. There's 4 sniper hobgoblins in the middle. For the most part, if you are moving quickly enough, you can just ignore them. You do have to watch out for the main cannons that will launch you off the edge, though. Come on, fire already. Thank you. I usually run straight through the first 2, and then when I'm going through the archway, I'll take out this hobgoblin. Wait for the 3rd one to fire. So we round this corner, there's 2 more. Where the 2nd hobgoblin is standing is where I found Toland, if you have that bounty. If not, I wouldn't worry about it. Granted, his poor orb could move elsewhere, but it is what it is. And then this part here is the part I was talking about with the 2 hobgoblins and the shrieker. I wait for the shrieker to open up. And then a rocket will take care of all 3. And there's also a 2nd shrieker right behind it. Rocket that. And I suppose if you were a class that had a bit more defense, you could probably just tank those hits from those things and run through it, because I managed to do that once or twice. Or as being a hunter, I could camo through it. But if you are like me and you're real squishy and you can't do it, a rocket launcher will generally deal with it. Every time it tells you the knights are closing in down there in the bottom left, that does mean the knights are generally getting teleported closer to you, as I found out the hard way. Just a heads up, so if you stop to shoot for a tad too long, it's going to screw you hard. Alright, we're going to avoid these guys because these are all orange bar thralls, whatever the heck they're called. Right here, all 4 of these guys are firing. You're going to need to take them out ASAP. Problem is, as soon as you do, it's going to spawn the knights again. Oh, shoot. It didn't even wait this time. Okay. And all 3 of these knights this time are runners. Up and over. This is the other reason why I brought Stompies, because jumping over those 3 is a pain in the ass. Make sure you have reloaded primary before going up this set of stairs, because as soon as you start going up it, 3 Acolyte Eyes that you need to drop, because these things will just melt you, because there's no cover on these stairs. And then generally you're going to stick to the inside loop. A lot of the man cannons to bounce you off are in the inner loop. There's one right there that's on the outer, but it's at a funny angle that I've been hit by it and managed to just jump through it before. Generally, I don't waste my time fighting the thrall just because they'll slow me down and let the knights catch up. This is a little pathway of a shit ton of those little man cannon things. I'll be honest, if you just run straight down the middle with ever so slightly to the left, they have not screwed me over once because they all are really weak versions of them. Like, they don't generally push you that much. Like, you saw the one that hit me, and it barely moved me. When we reach the top of these stairs, we're still being chased by all the thralls, all the knights, so we need to make sure that we're getting ready to jump right away, because we're going to immediately make a left, see 2 turning rocks, and we need to pick one and jump to it quickly, or else they're going to just start slapping us in the backside. We're going to go to the left one this time. And this is where I've gotten screwed each time because of my jump. Okay, it's glitching out for me right now, but normally there's a lamp on this rock, and it's one of the ones that's not spinning. And the lamps is how you know that it's going to be one of the rocks that's going to spawn the Acolyte Eyes on you. So like it spawned on this one, which isn't spinning, and then there's one more right up there where it'll do it. And you can see the spinning rocks right here. Oh, for a second there, I thought that rock on the left disappeared. I have really dark TV, so I'm having a really hard time seeing these. Sorry. That looks good. Please don't screw me. Pretty please. More Acolyte Eyes. Alright, jump to the next spinning rock. The next one. It looks like one more. Wait for this to spin a little bit more. Oh, no, another one. Alright, and this is where it's going to get hectic, because we're going to have to fight one of those knights, but it's also going to be spawning 2 phalanxes at the same time. And these phalanxes are exactly why I haven't completed this before, because they will knock you off. So try and pay attention to where and what it's spawning, because if they see you before you see them, they will screw you big time. That's why I'm trying to keep jumping no matter what, because if a phalanx comes around the corner and I don't realize it, it'll be my best odds at avoiding that blast. I also love to know why it's not letting me stand on this pillar. Oh, hey, phalanx. Oh, shoot, shriekers? What? No, go away. Haven't had to deal with shriekers before. Sounds like a shrieker, though. I can't even afford to look, though, because of the phalanx. Yep, and that's how I lose it. This is the other reason why you might want to bring a friend. Because trying to run this entire thing by yourself is a pain in the ass, just because of trying to get through the boss before you get knocked the fuck off. But yeah, long story short, if you manage to do this without getting knocked off and kill the boss, it'll spawn your chest right there in the very middle of that circular platform. The portal out will be right where the boss spawned the first time, and you're good to go. As you can see, easier said than done. Fucking phalanxes. Ah. The jump doesn't screw me. It's always the phalanxes. The rest of it I can get through no trouble, but it's always those two that are just like, fuck you. Anyways, thanks for watching.